Hello, my friends, and welcome back to the channel. It's GungHoGuns, the mustache, the cheekbones, and yes, the ankles. Basically, the human equivalent of all-you-can-eat buffet. I know you didn't ask for it, but now you cannot leave. Anyway, today in Blue Protocol Star Resonance, we're looking at the Marksman, the Bowman, the dude hiding in the back with the bow can somehow do more damage than God himself. Honestly, if you don't like responsibility, if you don't like complicated button pressing, if you just want to sit there, kill everything that moves, this class is for you. It's so easy to play that you could probably run it while ordering a pizza or yelling at your dog to stop eating your sofa. I'll be showing you exactly how to play it, how to build it, and why this class is basically the drunk uncle of Blue Protocol. Loud, devastating, and like somehow the life of the party. So comb those mustaches, my friends, polish those ankles, let's get spicy. All right. Thank you again, guys, for coming and hanging out with me. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if there's anything else you want to see before the beta week wraps up. I believe we have until Sunday, but they haven't made the final announcement just yet, so we have a few more days. Last plugin, I promise. Mando, our community, will be here on day one. We are a community of crazy people, lunatics. We raid, we do a lot of crafting, PvP, we also do a lot of tequila, I'm not gonna lie. So if you are looking for some people to play with, come join us, be part of the chaos, be part of the problem. Anyway, the Discord link is in the description. Let's get this video going. The Marksman in Blue Protocol is your classic range DPS class. Point, click, delete. Simple as that, right? Honestly, it's stupidly easy to play, which is probably why I like it very much. It's got a very solid DPS single target meter, but on AoE wise, in my opinion, it's even better, or at least from what I'm seeing right now, up to like level 40, 45, the AoE is ridiculous on this class as well. This class revolves around a resource called Proton Energy. It's pretty much how you play this class. If you manage it properly, you're going to notice your damage kind of go up. If you mess up, you're going to be there clicking the single target button for a while. The more Proton Energy you get, the more wolves are going to come out, and you're going to see just things going haywire. Around level 40, you're going to unlock the falconry spec, and that's honestly where the fun gets ridiculous. Suddenly, you're going to get this giant bird dive bombing enemies every time you land a crit hit. It's crazy how many times this thing comes out. And birds are going berserk. Honestly, it's less of a build and more of like a wildlife documentary directed by Michael Bay. Stat-wise, keep your eyes on agility, haste, and crit as you're leveling. Make sure to put those in your build ASAP because that's going to increase more damage, more crit, which means more birds, more chaos. It's ridiculous. All right, now let's take a look at all the skills and abilities that you have with this class so you can kind of see what you're pressing and you can maybe make up your own rotation, but I will give you what I'm using as I kind of figured, what will be the best for most DPS output. Anyway, let's start off things with Bullseye. This is your basic attack, your left trigger, if you will. Think of this as the fuel for everything else that you do. This is going to build up that photon energy. Okay, your storm arrow, which is your number one, by the way. And these, again, you cannot change these. Number one is your storm arrow. It's your special. It fires rapid arrows. This is your main spammable DPS boom, if you will. Charges up photon fast and resets it when full. Going over to Luminary Bolt, this is your R ability, your execute, your ultimate, if you will. It's big glowy arrow that explodes, applies 10% vulnerability. Plus, it will root them. I suggest doing this super early in any of the boss fights because that 10% is huge with this class. Now let's go over to the skills that you can actually choose from and build your rotation build, if you will. Starting off with Torrent Volley, excuse me. This is kind of like a machine gun that fires arrows. It channels them. It's pretty fun to, honestly, super fun to see. In Photon Reforge, stop energy drain, and even refuels you as well. Super easy, super fun. Definitely like this move. I use it all the time. You'll see it. It's, again, think of just a machine gun. This is all you got to remember. You definitely want to use this one, okay? Now, going down to the Arrow Rain. This is your AoE Arrow Storm. Restores photon based on the enemies it hits. Great when you're out there clearing by yourself and there's a lot of enemies coming at you, a lot of AoE. This is where you want to go with. Wild Call. This is going to summon a wolf buddy. It's 15% DPS buddy increase or falcon when you get into that for a huge AoE nuke. Best during buff windows. This is when you want to use it, when you have some buffs that are going to happen, because this is going to do a lot of damage. Okay? Going down now to Power Drop. Precise shot with 100% crit damage. When you are in that Reforge, it's instant cast, huge boss shred. Okay? Now, going over to Radiance Barrage, a giant AoE arrow barrage. Again, when you are in that Reforged state, it's a free cast plus 50% more damage, monster AoE nuke ability, AoE style. Going now over to your Focus. This is an amazing ability. It's kind of like your buff. It's haste plus halves your special CDs. What that means is that it's going to, 50, if, for example, if you have 45 seconds left on a cooldown, it's going to be like 22 or whatever the half of that is. I would recommend popping this right before you enter that Reforged state for turbo spam. It's like going to be a lot of damage. And if you see in the earlier, that's pretty much what I'm doing. You're just going to see a ton of arrows just go pop, 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 pop. It's like, again, machine gun, volley, all that in one. Lastly, we're going to go, or one more, we're going to go with Blast Shot. Explosive arrow that stacks charges from crits, detonates for AoE burst after 5 charges. Pretty easy, pretty good move for, again, more AoE based. And then lastly, your Dieter Shot. Defensive leap that grants 5% or 5 seconds immunity to you, plus 10 for allies. Okay, great raid safety bot. I definitely recommend this if you guys are raiding. Specifically for raids, I would definitely run this at all times. All right, here are the skills that I have taken, and then we'll go over the rotation in 1 second. The top 3, again, fixed skills, you cannot change those. And then you get out of all of these, you have to choose 4 to pretty much make your build. The one that I choose personally, again, for dungeons and raids and just more damage, obviously, is Focus. Focus is amazing. That little buff that it gives you, chef's kiss, man. The second one is Wild Call. Again, this is one of the most amazing moves in your entire build or in your entire skill set. It's going to summon. It's pretty much your pet call. It's amazing. If you're going to play this class, always have these 2 on. The number 4 that I choose is Power Draw. It's just an amazing 100% crit. You can't miss it. I've tried it all. This is the best one in slot for this build. And then I go with Torrent Volley, obviously, for just being amazing and doing a ton of damage. Now, if you're going to do some raids, specifically just for raids, 12-man raids or whatever it is, I would try to fit Dieter Shot somewhere in there. Maybe instead of Power Draw or Torrent Volley, I would have it in there, or maybe even consider taking Focus off. All right, let's talk about the rotation now and then go from there. And the rotation I have actually split in 3 different parts for you, and I'll talk about a priority system as well. However, before we actually do that, what I want to bring attention to is your Photon Energy bar. It is right above your Z and X key, and your R ability, I have 104 out of 20 right now. This is pretty much how we're going to play this class. So I have it split into 3 different phases. 2 of them are pretty much the most important, plus an opener. I have a phase called the burst phase, okay, or the photon reforged state, if you will. This is when we have 100 plus or 100 plus photon energy. We're going to enter that photon reforge, and it's going to burst window. We're going to do a ton of damage. We're going to drain all that energy completely out, okay? Then we have another phase, I call it phase 3, if you will, and this is like the sustained damage, the builder in between bursts, okay? And this is where we're going to rebuild that photon energy and then go from there and so forth and so forth. Let us start off with the opener, which is phase 1. I call it the setup, okay? You always want to start off every fight with Luminary Bolt, which is your R ability. It's going to add that vulnerability debuff, 10% more damage for you and everybody else in your party. It's pretty amazing, okay? Number 2, we're going to hit, again, focus, our focus ability, and it's going to increase that haste. It's going to have the cooldowns, and it's going to prepare for that photon spam, if you will. Then we're going to enter our Wild Call Wolf. We're going to summon our companion to, fight with us, kind of prepare ourselves for that buff window. And then finally, we're going to just do the Storm Arrow Spam, which is, again, our number 1 ability. And we're going to spam that until we hit 100 photon energy. If you already have 100%, then you just hit it 1 time and then you move on to phase 2. Now, Phase 2 is our burst window, okay? And we're never going to use the opener again. It's just the opener. So we're going to stick with phase 2 and phase 3 going forward. But when you have 100 photon energy, this is where we're going to enter our burst phase. So our burst phase is, again, at 100 minimum photon energy. We're going to use power draw, okay? Instant cast nuke. This is priority every time it's up. If it's up, you're going to use this ability, which is, again, our number 4 on my toolbar. You're going to want to use this instantly. Then we're going to use Storm Arrow Spam, your bread and butter inside the Reforge. You're going to get 5 of these. You're going to spam the hell out of them. Then you are going to use your Torrent Volley, which is your channel. It stops the energy drain and it regenerates photon. It kind of extends that Reforge uptime, if you will, okay? And then you're just going to repeat the Power Draw Storm Arrow, okay, until your photon energy is completely exhausted. You have no more. That is how you're going to play this class, okay? And then when you are at 0 photon energy, you're going to enter, again, that phase 3, which is kind of like the sustain, the builder, the in between the burst phases. And in this ability, what you're going to do is you're going to use Bullseye, which is your left trigger, to rebuild your photon energy. You're going to use your Storm Arrow as like a spam filler until you're back at 100 photon energy. Then you're going to re-enter that Reforged state and then repeat the burst phase. Obviously, your Luminary Bolt on cooldown, you want to keep that vulnerability up as soon as possible. Your Wolf and your Focus, line these up every time Reforged cycle for max burst. Pretty much where I would use our Focus and Wolf is when you're getting to that 100 photon energy. Now, this is how that actually looks when you actually use it. So again, we're going to start off with the top and then we'll go from there. All right, here's how that rotation looks like. And again, I already have 100 ready. So we're going to enter our number 1, quickly go into phase 2, and then we'll do phase 3, and then we'll do another burst phase after that. But here is the opener. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to position myself just so I can attack this dummy. Just because we're too close to all these other target dummies, it messes with the target. And like I said, this lady's been here forever. She refuses to move. So it is what it is, right? Anyway, let us start. So we're going to, again, use that ability. 2, 3. Here we go. We are in that phase. We're going to burst these like crazy. Look at the amount of damage that let's extend the phase. You see us extending the phase now? Just like that. And then we're going to continue doing that phase burst. We still got a few more seconds left, guys. All right. So we have officially left the DPS phase or burst, if you will. So now we're going to go get back into it. As you see, we are building our stuff, trying to get to that 100, just like so, as we are waiting for our abilities to come back. So now, as you see, we have some of our abilities back and we are kind of getting ready. And there we go. We have entered it. Let's extend. Let's extend right here. Just like so. Let's enter the bigger phase. Get some more damage out. Look at the amount of burst that we are doing. So again, that is pretty much how it plays. It doesn't always line up perfectly, but as you see, does a lot of damage, guys. There we go. As we're building up that phase, we're getting ready for our R ability and so forth and so forth. So that is how you play the Marksman build at this game. It's pretty fun, guys. So give it a try. Let me know in the comments what you thought. And then again, if you guys want to see anything else, let me know. Honestly, I'm pretty much using this class to farm gear because it is so easy to use. Anyway, see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Take care, everybody.